This summer's VBS theme is Inside Out. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Inside Out, the story is all about emotions of a girl named Riley. All of the emotions are named joy, sadness, anger, disgust, and fear. And all of these emotions play an important part in Riley's feelings. Emotions play an important part in our lives too, right? This week, we're going to learn about someone from the Bible who went through a lot of similar emotions like these. This story is a true story from the Bible, and it's all about distant lands, dreams, betrayal, and a really fancy coat. Can you guess what story we're going to talk about? This week, we're going to talk about a man named Joseph. And I have the story Joseph right here, so we're going to read this together. Now Joseph was the youngest son and had 11 older brothers. Wow, that's a lot of brothers. Do you guys have any siblings? Do you get along with your siblings? Well, Joseph and his brothers did not get along. In fact, Joseph's older brothers were jealous of him. Do you know why? Because Joseph was the favorite son. Their father loved him more than any of his other sons. And he loved Joseph so much that he gave him a beautiful coat to wear, while all of his other brothers had to wear their plain old clothes. So not fair. What emotion do you think Joseph's brothers were feeling at this point? Joseph's brothers were feeling disgusted. Everybody make a disgusted face. Yeah, his brothers were very disgusted with him, and they began to hate Joseph and say mean things to him. But one night, Joseph had a dream from God. He dreamt that him and his brothers were gathering grain out in the field, but suddenly all of the brothers' bundles began to bow down to his. And then later on, another night, Joseph dreamt that the sun, the moon, and 11 stars were all bowing down to him. What do you think that these dreams meant? I'll give you a hint. 11 bundles of grain, 11 stars, 11 brothers. That's right. Joseph's dream meant that one day he was going to rule over his family, and one day Joseph's brothers were going to bow down to him. Now, Joseph received this dream from God because God knew that Joseph was going to face some pretty difficult times, and God wanted to give Joseph hope for his future. But what Joseph did next wasn't what God wanted him to do. Joseph was prideful, and he bragged about his dream to his brothers. Basically, Joseph was saying to his brothers, "I'm better than you, and God said so himself." Now, what emotion do you think his brothers felt then? Anger. Everybody make an angry face. Yeah, Joseph's brothers were really angry with Joseph. They hated how their father loved Joseph more than them. They hated his beautiful coat. They hated these dreams. And above all, they hated Joseph. And one day, they plotted a way to kill him. But we'll learn more about that story tomorrow. Sometimes we may feel these emotions, anger, pride, disgust, and jealousy. And sometimes we feel these emotions about other people. And the thing is that it's normal to feel those things. But what's important is what we do with those feelings. When we feel angry or disgusted with people, we need to go to God with those feelings and ask Him to help us. God can teach us how to let out those emotions in a healthy way. When we act on those emotions in an unhealthy way, like how Joseph and his brothers did, we can end up hurting the people that God wants us to love. God wants us to love each other well and be fair and kind to all people.